World Cup prediction semifinals are here. I'm going to be giving them to you and also reacting to the quarterfinals. I went pretty bad, 0 for 4. I had Netherlands beating Argentina, which was so close. And, it was, help from other, third parties. Argentina come winning. Then we've got Brazil, Croatia. An absolute shock to many who thought Brazil were a semifinal lock after beating Korea very comfortably. They thought a team that went to penalties with Japan was going to easily get ran through by Brazil, and it looked like that until Brazil were up 1-0 and choked. They draw the game, go to penalties. Rodrigo Marquinhos miss. Croatia perfect from the spot. That cost them, and now Croatia, Argentina in the semifinals. On the other side, Morocco pulled an upset as big as the Croatia one, and Portugal end up losing. It seems like the teams that were destroying their opponents in the round of 16 got booted off. Portugal ends up losing to Morocco. And then on the other side, France take care of business with England. I thought England was going to get through, and honestly, if Harry Kane can convert a penalty, and also, I'm not going to lie, England were robbed of a PK in the first half, and that referee's still here. I have a lot to say about the refs, but I'll probably get into my video about refereeing in the World Cup, my little rant about it, because I already know who the winner is. And I'm going to predict the winner because it's crazy. I can tell. Since I saw the Netherlands-Argentina game, I already knew who was winning the World Cup. I already knew because Argentina-Croatia was set up right after that game, and I was like, I know 100% this team's winning it. So, semifinals. On the other side, France versus Morocco. I believe Morocco's going to pull another upset. Morocco's really crazy defensively. I ain't even going to lie. They're a crazy defensive team. When they do not want to concede, they do not concede. And we saw that against Portugal and Spain. This team closes out, and it's impossible. They have a goalkeeper that is on fire. That is something you need. A goalkeeper that can keep you in the game in order to proceed in the next rounds, and that's what they got. And then they have a solid defense, a CDM playing out of his mind, and Amrabat, he's pocketing everyone, like everyone. The Barca midfield that was playing for Spain, pocketed. Portugal's midfield, pocketed. This man Amrabat is everywhere, and he's going to get a big move. I'm not lying. This guy's been very impressive. Probably the most impressive for me in Morocco has been Amrabat. That man he's crazy. I think everyone can agree. He's been playing crazy, and he's a crazy player, and I would love to have him. If he promises me a match like that every single game, man, bring him in. But anyways, I think Morocco pulls an upset here, and they're gonna beat France. That little girl that was clowning Ronaldo's gonna have her way for another game, probably saying, "Where's Mbappe at the airport?" And then everyone's gonna be going at her again, and man, Morocco goes through to the final. Other side, Argentina ends up playing against Croatia. I think Argentina won that game. Croatia shouldn't be there. I understand people are saying, "Oh, how can you say it's an upset? They were in the World Cup last time." That was 4 years ago, man. We've seen teams win the World Cup 4 years later, not even qualify for the World Cup. Look at Italy. They won the Euros 2 years ago. 2 years passed. Boom, they can't even qualify for the World Cup. 4 years changes a lot of things. Morocco was nothing compared to what they are now. Nobody, if you told them 4 years ago Morocco's the first team ever in 2022 from Africa to qualify for the semifinals, they laugh at your face. So Argentina definitely going through. It's gonna happen today. I'm recording this like a couple hours before the game, but Argentina probably win comfortably. I want to say 3-1, 2-1. Probably get a PK or two. They go through. Argentina-Morocco final, I think it's a 3-0. It's going to be a boring final. I think Argentina will probably score early, and that's what really kills Morocco. If you can score early on Morocco, you beat them. That's simple. But if you're in the 90th minute 0-0, oh, you are. Or down 1-0, no chance, pal. You lost. Don't even play the rest of the game. Just walk off the field. Save your time. Because you're not winning that. And it's crazy because Morocco, their strategy really is counterattack. If they pull a goal off you, cool. They're shutting it down no matter what in the back. They've yet to concede. Like, I think they've conceded 1 goal, something like that. Or no. They conceded like 3 goals, something like that. But in the knockout stage, they're yet to concede a goal, which is crazy. I'm not gonna lie, that is a crazy stand. You would love to see that, but now they're going up against France, and then I believe they can beat France because if you can shut down Mbappe, you shut down Mbappe, you have a really good chance of winning. Chouameni gets a long shot goal. It's not gonna happen again. The other goal was a cross from Griezmann and Giroud. I think Morocco would defend well against that. Morocco just overall a better defensive team than England, in my opinion. And I think they'll do a good job against France. They just saw what Kyle Walker did to Mbappe. I'm sure Hakimi can do the same. They're similar players, Kyle Walker and Hakimi defensively. They're speedsters, And I think you could really shut down Mbappe, put Ambra and Hakimi. Mbappe won't do anything and just make sure on the other side if someone's pressing. Because that was the problem with England. You had Jordan Henderson was pressing a lot. Declan Rice, I don't know what he was doing. Jude Bellingham was doing well, but Declan Rice, that was on him on the goal. He didn't go switch and press on Chouameni, and he gets an open shot, puts it in the back of the net. He's a class player. Now, France, you shut down Mbappe, you have a really good chance of winning. If you don't, you end up like Australia, Poland, you get destroyed. But if I had to put money, I put it on Morocco. They go in the final, and then Argentina win the whole thing. I'm already putting lots of bets on Argentina to win because it's so set up for Argentina to win the World Cup, and they want to make Messi the god of football. That's what they want to do. I already see it from Qatar. There's a ton of corruption leading up to the World Cup, and now I see this. And I read through the BS, and it's awful. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I'm a guy who looks up to Ronaldo, and you're going to be like, oh, that's why he's being so biased and saying Argentina's going to win. He's going to say this, that, or the other. But I don't know. It really broke me seeing Ronaldo lose in that quarterfinal game. And you should have started there's a lot of factors that played in to Portugal losing that game, and I want to get into this, and I'm gonna probably make some excuses that are valid, and then you'll probably disagree with me if you like Messi. There's some Messi guys who love just putting down Ronaldo no matter what, and there's others that kind of respect them, and they'll be like, you know what, you kind of have a point here and there. But beginning of the game, before the game, a day before, I knew Morocco was kind of gonna win because I saw the referees. And I saw the nationality of Argentina on the main one. And I was like, why? Why would you do that? There's no reason to do that. Like, put a Portuguese ref for the Croatia-Argentina game. Put a Portuguese ref from Lisbon. Who do you think he's going to favor? He's going to favor Croatia. You name me an Argentinian that wants Ronaldo to beat Morocco in the quarterfinals. Not a soul wanted to see Portugal get through. Everybody would have said, I'd rather see Morocco go through. Exactly. Why do you put an Argentinian? Because we all know people have been saying, a lot of the media have been pushing the thing about whoever wins the World Cup between Ronaldo and Messi are the undisputed best player of all time. That's what the media has been pushing on everyone. And you put a referee who's got that in his mind to ref that game. Incredible. You had a couple PK opportunities that he doesn't even go to VAR to, and it's like, I already do it. It's because Argentina ref is insane. You might as well put in a Russia-Ukraine game. Okay, that was a bad ref. I'm sorry. Okay, Russia versus, let's say they're playing against Netherlands. Put an American referee. Who do you think he's gonna favor? Netherlands. You put or vice versa too. You put a Brazilian ref in the Croatia-Argentina game. Who do you think he's going to favor? Put a Mexican ref in the Croatia-Argentina game. Who do you think he's going to favor? There's biases that everybody knows. And for a World Cup people in Qatar to want to organize it and you can't even get the biases out is insane. You're supposed to keep the referees unbiased. Morocco played Portugal. You know what you do? Get a ref maybe from the U.S., Mexico, Canada, one of those. Nothing to do with Africa, nothing to do with Portugal, nothing to do with the team, with the country that wants to see that country lose, you get me? Like, no, don't be doing that. Do not be doing that. That's like Spain playing Brazil, a Portuguese ref. Of course, he's gonna favor Brazil. It's just the common sense. Why would you do that? And then Fernando Santos, he's gonna get fired now because he benched Ronaldo and he ultimately lost. That's the gamble with the benching Ronaldo. Like Ten Hag has, like with his old deal with Ronaldo, he has put unnecessary pressure on himself. Because when I remember, you can go back on the YouTube videos and I talked about Ten Hag, what it means for him to go to Man United and all. I said, this is going to be a long plan for Man United, and I hope the fans, for their sake, even though I don't really care, like what happens to Man United, if they're bad, I don't care. But for their sake, they better be patient with this guy, because it seems like it's going to be a long project where he's going to try and get all the dead weight out, and he's going to bring in new blood, and he's going to try to see if he can win. And I thought it was going to take 2-3 years, where I saw the transfer window. He brought in like 3 players, Eriksson, Malacia, and Lisandro Martinez before he went off and bought a bunch of players. And I was like, yeah, I could see that. And then him sell like 4 players. And then the next window will get 2 players, see where they're at. But then they got kind of embarrassed the first 2 games and they said, you know what, screw that. We're going to go get Casemiro and Anthony. And that's what I thought the plan was going to be for Man United. A long-term plan, but they cut it short. And now they're cutting short even more because you get Ronaldo out. They're most likely going to bring a number 9 to replace him. So you kind of risk your job when you do situations where you kind of disrespect the legend. And you risk if you can win. If you, like, right now, Ten Hag, he has 1 more point than last year that Ole had. At this exact moment. He has 1 more point. He's been given over 300 million and he has 1 more point, but he's getting glorified. But anyways, that's a different topic. Fernando Santos, he comes out and he benches Ronaldo. I understand kind of why he benched him, but you also got to think Ronaldo's big issue for many managers is he doesn't have much defensive work rates, right? That's a lot. That's something that many managers, many people, even myself, I see it sometimes. His defensive work rates aren't going to be there the whole 90 minutes. Sometimes he wants to save himself. He's older. He wants to save energy for that chance that he has a one-on-one or he has to sprint down the field against a defender. Saves energy. He's not 20. He's 37. I understand that. But Morocco was going to sit back. Everybody knew. So you saw the Spain game, you saw Morocco, what their plan was going to be, if they get a cheap goal, cool. We're defending either way. We are not going to concede. We rather not concede all 120 minutes than concede trying to attack. So that's what they did. They got a cheap goal. Error from the goalkeeper, in my opinion, comes out late. And El Nasri, he gets easy goal. Then Fernando Santos, straight away from the first half in the 50th minute, throws Ronaldo in, and he's like, I screwed up. This young striker who did well against Switzerland that I put my money on, I just screwed it up. I'm going to give Ronaldo very minimal time, see if he could save my job, and it didn't work out. Ronaldo only had 1 opportunity. Portuguese players failed to cross. You were just dumping the ball in. No idea why Andres Silva isn't coming in. Put Ronaldo, Andres Silva, 2 good headers. Throw him up top. Everyone else dump the ball. Don't start playing it in the back as if you have 20 minutes when there's 2 minutes left. Like Bruno Fernandes and all them were doing. Just dump the ball. And it's heartbreaking, man. To see that. But anyways, my predictions. I'll probably make a video addressing all the World Cup stuff. Maybe after the semifinals or after the whole World Cup and just make a rant video on the World Cup. I just want to talk a little bit about that. I just can't believe it still. Maybe I'll get over it. Maybe not. It's the most heartbroken I've been ever in my life to see that happen.